have to tell you, like I said, I don't like to really brag, but this is a great goat's head. I mean, I've had a lot of goat's heads. Like, wow, this is really marinated. The eyes, it's great.
Hey, welcome back. We are here with
Top five with Frick and Ferretti. Woo! Woo-hoo! All right, so in this episode, we're going to talk about the top 5 worst things to eat at a 4th of July barbecue.
Sure, and I think the top thing that comes to mind at a barbecue is a white woman who brings anything with raisins in it.
Any woman, independent of the raisins.
No, it's because if anybody other, they'll make it better. It'll be better.
Listen, I will throw that on the craps table. You want to take your digestive tract and put it on the craps table of life? That's your business.
I know that I don't want...
Anyone that brings raisins, independent.
I don't want raisins in my potato salad.
No one does.
Or coleslaw.
Oh, no. You don't want that.
Or what are the other things that they put the raisins in? I don't want it in my steak.
Who's putting raisins in steak?
You've never had the raisin steak?
What white women have you dated? Like, hold on, this steak's not done yet.
I made up the
Give me the raisins.
You put a little piece.
I'm convinced, honestly, is like the higher up your tax bracket goes, the weirder the food gets.
Oh, yeah. That would be another show. We could do another top 5 weird things that rich people eat.
All right, comment down below if that's what you guys want to hear.
That we'd have to do some research on because I don't eat with rich people.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So, I would say, besides coleslaw, right? Because coleslaw is pretty good, but you want to have it cold. If you're at that barbecue,
you don't want warm slaw.
And you see, if that coleslaw is just even a hint of warm, you got to stay away from it.
No, anything with mayo, you got to stay away from eggs.
Oh, yeah. Eggs.
The deviled eggs.
Oh, eggs in general.
Why
if you're
would
bringing eggs
bring
to a barbecue,
eggs to an outdoor event?
like seriously, like you might be an asshole.
It should become the norm to say, what asshole brought these?
No, you don't want that. And also, like, you don't want to have anything with like veggie burgers. And like, look, I get it if you're a vegetarian or you're vegan, but bring that for yourself. Don't be like, listen, could you throw this on the grill? Because it's going through the grill.
You know, I'd take it one step further and I'd say don't bring it for yourself.
So what, they got to bring something. I mean, because it's a barbecue.
They shouldn't come.
No, come on. I just want to let you know, I'm turning you away because you don't eat animals. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't eat animals? What kind of person are you?
So, no. What would you allow if you're having a barbecue and somebody's like, look, I'm a vegan, I got to bring something. What would you be okay with?
Anything that's tofu. Tofu dish is okay. That's not really going to go bad, really, right? I don't know if eventually everything goes bad.
Nothing lasts forever.
No, honey does. Honey will last forever. If you bring a big bin of honey, you could leave that out. It's probably going to bring the bees, though.
Right, yeah, because that's what you want at a barbecue, a nice big vat of honey. Hold on, what kind of barbecue is this? They don't even have a barrel of honey?
It's a poop.
What a bunch of assholes.
That's great honey.
Like a deranged bear, just like, whoa. Use the honeycomb. Get the honeycomb in there.
Yeah, get in there.
Oh, that's so good. Some of the things that you want to stay away from a barbecue, you got deviled eggs. You want to stay away from deviled eggs.
And you want to stay away from deviled eggs. You want to stay away from the milky things, creamy things. You don't want it out in the sun. I also leave out cake. Like a birthday cake.
Yeah, cake is the cake that's been sitting out in that sun. Like,
someone
it's Jimmy's
left the
birthday.
Cake out in the rain.
It's all right, yeah. We don't want that. I think in general, though, like anytime that you go to a barbecue, you kind of want to have like the food out only for a little bit. The worst thing is when you go over somebody's house for a barbecue and they're like, "Yeah, come on in, hold on, let me just get the flies out of here. Get out of here, get out here. Go ahead. You want some of the burger? It's been sitting there. We just cooked it like half an hour. It's fine.
That fly only cracked on it a little.
No, you're like, you don't want that. Like they're brushing away the fly, and you're like, I'm all right.
This is not supposed to be like shoe fly pie.
No.
We
don't want that.
No.
There's a funny Tony Soprano meme where it was like, I like to ask people who wants cheese on their burger and then go ahead and put cheese on all the burgers anyway.
I've seen that happen.
Right.
Yeah. Or there's no cheese.
Oh, who wants cheese on their burger? You don't want cheese? All right. I'm putting cheese on the burgers anyway. Who gives a fuck?
This is too hard to remember that 2 don't need
right.
cheese.
So I think that just in general, it's like you don't want to be eating that food that's been sitting out.
No.
Because people are shit-faced, and they're not really thinking about it.
I had bear at a July 4th party once. Yeah. Someone killed a bear. I'm not kidding. This was a friend. This is 25, 30 years ago. I don't really talk to this person anymore. It has nothing to do with the bear.
He was in Chelsea. He saw a bear.
His brother killed a bear.
Okay.
And then they cut up the bear and they fed it to us, pieces, chunks of bear. Gamey.
I would imagine.
Not gay me. Not the gay version of me. Gamey. Obviously, we're talking about food.
All right.
July 4th party. I want all the barbecue that we're talking about. I want a barbecue sandwich.
But I don't think it's a bad idea to have. I think you could have ribs. You could have ribs. It's just hot. You can have hot ribs.
No, you can't have.
You don't want cold ribs that have been sitting out.
I'm okay with cold ribs if I'm drunk.
But if the flies and shit are flying around that, you don't want that shit.
No, I don't eat any of that. I won't. I guess the thing is that a lot of barbecues, Alligator had alligator at barbecue. That was actually good.
Wait, this is Florida?
That was a best. That was my father had a barbecue and there was some alligator broth. Yeah, but that's popular out there. I think it was weird, but it didn't taste bad.
Is your father Indiana Jones? Why are you eating these exotic animals? This is great penguin. This is incredible.
We had a Komodo dragon.
This is the verbal equivalent of Ozempic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This would make.
I want to throw up right now.
We should just call Top Ozempic with Chris Ferretti and DB Frick.
Jesus Christ, that's terrible. So some other things to stay away from barbecue that typically people have. You have corn, like corn on the cob, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I love corn.
Corn on the cob is pretty safe.
I love corn. I could eat cobs. I'll eat it so fast. It's embarrassing. Like it's another thing I do alone is I'll eat corn, like with the fries and the ketchup. I think it's like if you're going to enjoy it and you're there with friends, but I think if you're single, I really think you should stay away from the corn. And you're not going to look presentable as you're eating like. If I'm single,
where are you from again? I live there too. That's great. Hold on, you got a big fucking yellow kernel right in between your teeth.
It's also the only thing that I add butter and salt to. I don't put salt on anything but corn. I never add salt to things. I never need to. My palate is so destroyed by all the ketchup I've eaten over the years that it doesn't matter.
Right.
Jambalaya.
I mean, I think jambalaya. If you're getting it fresh out of the pot and it's fresh, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
But any seafood,
outside
at a barbecue.
Yeah, I've never.
That's been outside.
I've hardly ever seen that.
Something like shrimp or something
shrimp
like that.
Barbie.
But if you see it and it's in an aluminum tin, and there is a copious amount of it, it's not there by happenstance. People have not eaten it, and you're like, dude, this is great, man. Look at all the shrimp, man. This is great. Take that, put a little potato salad, little coleslaw. This barbecue's setting off.
Is that penicillin growing on the shrimp?
Right, so you want to stay away from. Honestly, I would put that at really close to the top.
Yeah, no, that's
you'll fucking die.
Yeah, shrimp could probably kill you.
I think the safe things are hot dogs, burgers. But
hot dogs we both know are disgusting things. We love them.
They're incredible, man.
But they're made of terrible stuff.
Well, we're not going to get into that, but I mean, it's a wonderful thing. Why do you always veer towards the disgusting?
It's just it's a hot dog. It's like it always messes up my digestive system.
You don't think about it.
No, I didn't.
It's terrible.
I went to a Mets game last week. I had 2 hot dogs.
Oh no, you want a stadium dog? Of course, you gotta have that.
Because they're cheap at Mets Stadium. Mets they sell them for $7, but at UBS they sell them for $25.
What is UBS?
The where the Islanders play.
Oh, okay.
That's the arena.
All right, so hot dogs I think are safe.
I think they're safe for the most part.
Hot dogs are safe. I think you're good with a hot dog. I think you're good with the burger.
Yeah, I agree. The ribs,
chicken,
Chicken. We didn't even talk about it. There's so many great chickens.
Chicken, you're gonna have that.
Thighs,
all that stuff. There's great barbecue stuff. But
I think anything that's crawfish or lobster. I've seen lobster because they have lobster bakes. I've been to. That's sort of like a barbecue.
I don't think I've ever seen lobster at a barbecue.
Well, they'll have outdoor bakes, like a bake-off. I've watched. Even on watch the Food Network, they'll have a crab bake, and they won't have you can really eat anything outside. I don't know if you can.
Listen, you can get away with it, but it was just really how long is that? If you showed up and there was hey, you want some lobster? That was well, yeah. Let me start off with a burger, and then you do a little reconnaissance. How long has that fucking lobster been out?
Oh yeah.
What are we talking here?
I want.
Jimmy made it last night.
We've been eating it since 3 p.m. It's about 9 now.
No, we're good. We're gonna hold off on the lobster.
Any food that's outside for a long time, you really should. Even cold cuts. Can't really leave anything out for hours.
Yeah, that's another thing, is that the cold cuts. I always wondered why people did that, especially when we live in a world with insects and stuff. You leave the food out, all right, who wants a burger? Who wants whatever? Let's go inside.
I always wanted the family that would cover it with the thing, the little screen.
You want to have something. The worst is when you have the saran wrap over it and all the insects are trying to get through and you have to brush them aside.
Yes.
Because they're like, what the fuck, dude? I can see it. It's right there.
And one of
it's
them
right there.
They figured out how to make it through, too. There's always the one that's
There's
inside.
always that one, and he's trapped in there. It's like, I'm trapped in the salsa. And get me out.
They're all trying to get him out. I'm allergic to tomatoes.
Yeah, right. So that's actually one. I think chips are fine, but I think the salsa.
People will bring stale chips. There'll be stale chips at a party. I've had some.
Well, they'll have it like they'll leave the bag open. Yeah. And then, it starts to get into a little bit like Penn Station because it's like the chips are out, but then like the chips were obviously broken. And you couldn't tell whether it came broken in the bag or somebody just kind of like snapped one off and like, Penny. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm putting that back. I'm going to get that other one in here.
I think that's called a schnurr.
That's a schnurr?
Yeah, that's the schnurr. I think that's a Yiddish word.
Where you dipped and then you double dipped again?
Sort of. Like someone will pick like certain nuts out of a...
This one has a good energy. I'm taking this one, a schnurr.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start off with our top 5 worst things to eat at a barbecue.
Okay.
So starting off with the least worst, I would say. Go ahead. Number 5.
The least worst of all of those?
The least worst.
The raisins. The raisins.
Anything with raisins.
That's the least worst.
Yeah.
That's the least worst. Anything with raisins.
Anything with raisins.
Then
you want to avoid.
I think the offshoot of that is a little higher when we go
Sure.
with the coleslaw and the macaroni salads. That's more like 2 or 3.
Oh yeah. So what's at number 4? So what would you say is number 4?
We had what did we talk about? Oh, the bear meat. I had bear meat.
Oh God, yeah. That's kind of its own separate category.
But it was still a barbecue.
Most people aren't going to like the Frick barbecue where they're cutting down bear.
But it was there. I was at a barbecue where there was bear.
Yeah,
and alligator. We could put those two together because it's just so off.
All right, so don't eat bear, don't eat alligator. That's just anything exotic, iguana, anything. You don't want to eat any Komodo dragon. You're gonna love this ostrich. Like ostrich.
They do eat it. Those things are eaten. People do the ostrich.
I don't know if I've ever had an ostrich burger. I don't know if I want to chance it at a barbecue. No. Don't go for the exotic things. Stick to burgers and hot dogs. That would be my suggestion.
Nathan's had for a while had grasshopper legs. Frog legs, sorry.
I've seen protein powders. They're coming out. They've tried to sell it like, this is made with 100% cricket.
Oh.
And you're like, 100%.
I know what to stay away from.
Yeah, right. Not like these other competitors. Some of them have bees and ants. This is 100% cricket, And like you put a little roach powder in there. I'm telling you, you're going to be jacked. Look at this. And you're like, look at that. This is pure roach. Pure roach legs right here. So stupid.
I also saw someone at a July 4th party just bring bone marrow. They just brought bone marrow, like people would just suck in the bone marrow, sucking the marrow of life, literally.
I think these are Illuminati parties that you're going to. Like they're eating bear bone marrow. I think they're grooming you. Like pretty soon,
someone was eating a whole baby.
Pretty soon, how do you feel about long pig?
I don't even know what that is.
It's human.
Oh, really?
Long pig.
Oh, I don't want any of that.
All right, so we had 5. We had 4. I think we're working on 3. 3 was
that could be the mayonnaise. Deviled eggs.
Anything deviled eggs, like deviled eggs, dairy. You want to stay away from that. And then I would say number 2,
flies.
You don't want to eat anything with flies for sure. But I'm trying to think like anything I guess vegan. You don't want to have anything like where it's like, oh my God, you're gonna have this delicious Sprout burger. The best part of it was picked out of the grill. The rest of it's in there kind of using as a coal to cook the other food.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that. So
no.
Stay away from anything
No, you don't
vegan.
want any ash.
And I think the number 1, right? Well, take us home.
What's God, I have to take us home. I think that the number 1 thing, goat head. Goat head came once. I'm going to go with goat head.
What fucking... this is 100% Illuminati.
No, that was a Greek
Was barbecue. Jeff Bezos there?
That was a Greek barbecue. I forgot what that's called. It's like some weird long Greek word. But it was a whole goat head. And like people would pick off of it and eat the eyeball and stuff. That was the worst. 100%. That's number 1.
All right,
I didn't eat any of that.
What party was this? That it was a Greek party?
This was a Greek party. This was in the Poconos. This was a party in the Poconos. More alliteration.
Were people wearing black hoods? And they used a lot of torches around them as illumination. Yeah, was there Latin red at night?
There was a lot of incantations red. Yes. No.
Makes
it was
sense.
The centerpiece, and then there was cheese all around it and other meats.
I have to tell you, like I said, I don't like to really brag, but this is a great goat's head. I mean, I've had a lot of goat's heads. Like, wow, this is really marinated. The eyes. That's great. That's a great eye. Great
number 1, because you're eating a head.
All right, but besides goat head, like other things that we talked about. What are some other awful things?
A whole pig.
A whole pig. If you go to a barbecue and you see a whole pig, head included, maybe
the thing needs to cook for like 15 hours.
Maybe today is not the day to try that. I think if you're going to do it, maybe in Hawaii, where it's like it's part of the ritual, like where they know how to do it.
Yeah, and even then, I just feel what I do like the idea of having some of that hard skin, that crackle pig skin. Yeah, like eating a football.
He's like, hey, we're gonna use that to play catch, man. I thought it was one of the appetizers.
Yeah, what are you doing? I'm making a football fillet.
Making a football fillet.
You're not eating? No, I'm not gonna eat.
I'm using this side of the grill. Don't worry, this is my side. All right. Anyway, that is our time here.
This is
Top 5 with Frick and Ferretti. Woo!
Yeah. Woo.